Good morning, team. Welcome to day 322 of the 5 a.m. Squat Club. This is the place where busy dads build the life that they know that they're meant for. Now, CrossFit is the most efficient and effective way to get fit that there is. Most people think, like this, that it has to be done in a gym with barbells and complex movements, but it's not true. At its core, it's just functional movement done with intensity and constantly varied. You can do that anywhere with even little equipment. That's what we're doing here today. But before we do that, just like every morning, we're going to go through our full routine. First step, we're going to prime our mind, choose our first thoughts of the day before we exercise, before we move towards our goals. Let's get after it. All right. So first step, even if you're feeling a little bit stiff this morning, we're going to open up the hips while we open up the mind. So what you want to do is get yourself into a squat stance, feet underneath the hips, heels on the ground. And if you feel like you're going to fall over, just grab onto something to hold on to, be it a dumbbell or something else. And while we're here, we're going to go through what I call mental reps. We're going to choose our first thoughts of the day, be intentional about the first things that come in or out of us, while we do a little bit of breath work. So if you look at the right side of the screen there's an animation. It's a 4-second inhale, a 4-second hold, a 4-second exhale, and a 4-second hold. It's going to steady your breathing, steady your heart rate, start us out for the day. So go ahead and follow the breathing, and I'll go through the mental reps. So first one is I am responsible. And that just means I'm taking accountability. I'm taking ownership for my life, not waiting for someone else to achieve my goals for me. If I want something, then I'm gonna take action. It's on me, my responsibility. Next is I will make time between stimulus and response. And that's less about me and more about the people around me, that when some sort of stimulus comes at me, can I take a moment before reacting, breathe, and assess the situation and give a more thoughtful response. So take some patience, take time between the stimulus and my response. Next is I have all I need to succeed today, and we'll focus on progress over perfection. A lot of us have big goals, or at least we should, and oftentimes if we look at that end goal, it seems daunting and overwhelming. But any goal is reached through small, consistent action. So if you recognize that, you'll realize that you have whatever you need to take that first step today, and that first step will give you what you need to take the second step, and so on and so forth until you reach that place that you're aiming for. And then last is I choose gratitude. If I don't recognize the things that are positive in my life, life will be bad, and I will only see the negative things. So the more I can focus on the things that are good, the things that make me happy, the things that I'm grateful for, the more I will see of them. And then the better things feel. All right, we did it. So, mindset prepped. What are you gonna do? Step 1 down. Time to start moving the body now. Let's do it. All right. So we have gotten up out of bed. It's now time to get up off the floor, which is our first warm-up movement of the day. You can call it a burpee. Excuse me. You can just call it a fall down and get up. Whatever you'd like. It is a functional movement and a great warm-up. Get yourself all the way on the ground. And then get yourself all the way back up and get a little celebration at the top with a hop and a clap overhead. And we're gonna go 2 minutes here. So it doesn't need to be at any kind of fast pace. We're just turning on the engine here. All right, we're increasing the blood flow a little bit, heart rate, turning up the body temperature, lubricating the joints, making sure that when we get into our intensity that we have done the proper preparations so that we can move well in good positions and with better intensity and less risk of injury. So, especially as you age, take that warm-up seriously. Don't skip that section. Make sure that we're getting nice and warm before we get going today. We've got a little burner this morning. we've got a 5-minute AMRAP. Intro to CrossFit, beginner type, accessible to anybody. That being said, doesn't mean it's gonna be easy, right? Anything can be scaled up or down to be accessible for any level, beginner or advanced. I'll go to show you that 5 minutes is more than enough to get a good deal of work in, especially if you're busy, strapped for time. It'll be a good one. Then we've got a little EMOM afterwards of some upper body strength work. It can be done with a pull-up bar and a dumbbell or two. So simple but effective day to day on the 5 AM Squat Club before we get to our homework and make progress on our goals. All right, next step, we're gonna move into the warm-up on the bottom of the screen here. First one is a jumping jack, which if you don't like to jump first thing in the morning, go ahead and start out with a standing march. Excuse me. Otherwise, we're gonna get somewhere between 15 and 20 jumping jacks. I don't count them, so who knows how many we get. Just looking to turn the heart rate up a little bit more, warm up the feet and the ankles, a little bit of the bouncers. A few more there, and then we'll move to our inchworm. And you can always modify these, right? If you have other warm-up movements that you like to do, you can always mix them in, do them instead, whatever you'd like. So next one, inchworm, go to a wide stance with the feet, bring the hands to the floor, walk yourself out to a plank, squeeze the butt, legs, and abs, and then walk it back to a stand. Let's get at least 5 there. Good morning, team. Good morning, Jody, equipment, Yaroslav, Jason, Talia. How we doing, team? What time did we get to bed last night? Remember, if you're not getting to bed early, it becomes very challenging to maintain this routine. And really, part of the routine is going to bed early. If I'm gonna carve out time in the morning, I have to sacrifice, I need to make a trade for that time in the evening. And I think most people think that that time in the evening is productive, but I think, and anybody that I've spoken to will agree that it's not as productive as intentional, carved out time in the morning when it's quiet, peaceful, and clear. So, what time do we get to bed last night? How are we feeling this morning? We're going leg swings. So standing nice and tall. Support yourself on the wall if you'd like and get one leg moving. Keep the torso tall. Let's get at least 10 cycles of that. I was in bed at 8:30 last night, even though the girls are back. So they were a little tired and got them to sleep by 8. I was able to get to bed by 8:30. Had a pretty good sleep, got up once, I think. Pretty good, we're feeling pretty good. I'm allowing switch sides, I'm allowing the weather to affect my mood a little bit. So we're gonna say I'm at an 8, but I am hopeful because it's gotta start warming up soon. Today is another cold day. I've got a couple clips at the end of how cold it's gotten again. But I'm looking forward to spring. I'm waiting for it. All right, next one, we're gonna come back to a plank position. And then from there, take one foot outside the hands. Oh, I'm feeling a little tight from yesterday now. Then from there, you're gonna take the elbow on the bent knee side and work it down towards the floor. Oh, that's tight. As low as you can towards the floor, and then from there, take that hand up towards the ceiling. And we'll rotate there for at least 5 reps per side. Talia, 8 p.m., 5:15 a.m., beautiful, beautiful. Yaroslav, 9:30, 8 out of 10. Nice, Yaroslav. You must be feeling better. Glad to hear that. Oh. Yaroslav, you at the gym today? For what is it, clean and jerks, calories and deadlifts? That looks like a scary workout. It's like 30 deadlifts or 40 deadlifts at 275. Woo. All right, we'll switch sides here if you haven't already. Oh, hips are tight, hips are tight. Whew. Equipment, what time did you get to bed at? Jody, Jason? What was bedtime like last night? Oh, how are we feeling? How was the wake up this morning, Jason? Oh, man. I don't know why I'm so tight from those back squats, maybe? Woo. Anybody else feeling that? Remember, make sure if you enjoy any of this, hit that thumbs up button while we're here. Hit some reactions. Tell YouTube we're having fun here. 5 a.m. fun. Oh, hamstrings are tight. Okay, next. Woo. Feeling stiff this morning. Next, we're gonna go into our bootstrappers or Russian baby makers. So feet underneath your hips, between hip and shoulder width, whatever you're comfortable, sitting down into this kind of passive squat position. And then what you're gonna do is grab your toes with your hands, wrap them around there, take the elbows inside the knees and press them out and pull the chest up tall. From there, what we're gonna do is drop the chin, drop the chest, raise the hips. Ooh, find those hamstrings, find that tension a little bit, and then sit it back down, pull that chest back up. At least with the cold, it's not super windy like yesterday, so hopefully we won't have any more power outages this morning. Those of you that were here yesterday, we had a fun little broken up session by blips of power outages. So if you go back and watch that one from yesterday, there's a lot of me sitting, staring at the monitor, trying to figure out whether we were live or not. That was a fun one. But we got it done. I think that's kind of the main key, is we were still there, we still did it, got it done, made it happen. It's not always going to be perfect, but if you're consistent and you maintain the habit, then you're going to get there. All right, one more. Well, this is always a two-parter. PVC plus squats. You can go ahead and grab your PVC. If you don't have one, a broomstick or a hockey stick is great. If you don't have one of those, I mean, you should probably have a broom. I guess you could use like a vacuum cleaner if you had one of those stick ones. So we're just looking to get some tension out of the shoulders here. So you're taking that stick behind you and just moving up and down through that range of motion, basically the height of your shoulders. That's where all the tension is going to be. Get at least 10 cycles, but more is good as well. Yaroslav, yeah, Jim, my butt cheeks already sore. And then equipment, 40 reps, 275 is a whole lot of tonnage. Yes, sir. Or here, Yaroslav is clarifying at 30 cals, 30 deadlifts at 275, 30 cals. That's a nice little chipper. Some people are going to go fast on that. All right. And then last one. You can keep your PVC if you want, or put it down. You can just put it down on the floor. And we're gonna go, is that a new face? Oh, that's Carl, good morning. We're just gonna go with some air squats. You can use the bar if you want or not. Just looking feet underneath the shoulders, hips go down and back, knees are tracking in line with the feet, AKA maintaining your arch. You don't wanna let those knees fall in and collapse the arch. Stand up tall, squeeze the butt, reset the pelvis. Let's get at least 10 there. And then we will, we'll talk about our workout. It's a simple one. No equipment required, 5 minutes of intensity, accessible for anybody. It's gonna be a good one. All right. So keep moving, keep warming up for a minute here. We're gonna do a little hook and we'll get on it. Vidush, good morning. So Vidush and Carl, you guys are both in South Africa. Look at that. Carl says, day one of building habits. Everybody's showing up here. Good morning, passionate car guy. Chest and arms. Here, do this little finisher with us, passionate car guy. 5 minutes. It's only 5 minutes. All right. Well, let's do the second hook. Carl, you're just experiencing this now, eh? All right. Today's workout is simple, fast, intense, but accessible for anybody. We're gonna go 5 minutes of 10 air squats, 5 burpees, simple, short, effective. That's what CrossFit is about. Let's get after it. All right, team, so this morning we've got a quick one, but short often means potentially more challenging, more uncomfortable, because you can push yourself a little harder. So we've got 5 minutes, 2 movements, as many rounds as you can get in that 5 minutes. 2 movements are gonna be an air squat and a burpee. So the air squat, what we're looking at is feet underneath the shoulders, toes out maybe a little bit. You can go arms out in front as a counterbalance. And you're gonna sit down until the hips ideally come below the level of the knees, and you'll stand it up and squeeze the butt. Things to consider here, one is the feet, right? I don't wanna let the feet roll in. I don't wanna lose my arch. So I wanna stay nice and upright, maintain that arch with the knees pressed out. And I wanna keep the torso upright. So I don't wanna collapse down in the bottom there. Nice upright torso, hips below the knees, stand, squeeze the butt. Movement number 2, the burpee. Simple. Put your whole body on the floor. Get it back up, and we like to celebrate at the top. So make sure you get a little off the ground, hands overhead, celebrate the burpee. Scaling options. If you're brand new to exercise, instead of sitting down, hips below the knees, get yourself a chair, touch the chair, stand up. Simple. For the burpee, go slow. Or walk yourself down, right? Get on your knees, lay it down, come back to your knees, get into a lunge, stand it back up. Worst case scenario, if you're brand new and you can't do that, get on a bed or a bench. Lay down, get back up. So we're going 5 minutes. What that means is if you're brand new, just move nice and steady for 5 minutes. It's gonna feel like a long time. If you are not brand new and you have some capacity here, you know how this works, you've done this before, I want you to push the pace. You could even jack it up. You could put on a weight vest or grab a dumbbell for the squats. But let's push the pace if you're not new. Keep it steady if you are. And I think we're ready to go. Okay, team. Simple. 5 minutes. Jody asking, should I get on a bed? No. All right. 10 squats, 5 burpees, as many times as you can, 5 minutes. Let's do it. Starts with the squats. Good luck, team. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Count your rounds. So if you redo this someday, you can see if you've made progress. One down.
Cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my
2.
I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss locks. I tell you get big box, you get yachts, swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase their faces?
Ooh, legs are burning already.
I don't give up, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise. Just
3. Might have been 4, I don't know. There's 4. Keep it up, team. Halfway.
Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the top, proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost.
5.
I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it doubts, not what I'm about, have your cloud. If you're raining out, I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
Six. Keep it up. Under 90 seconds. Seven. Welcome, new chatter. Stay with us.
I take shots, I take shots, I make shots, I miss locks. I tell you get big box, you get yachts, swing locks and pop off a big shot.
Under a minute.
Done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase that? Face it. I don't give up, quick, I don't give up. I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise.
30 seconds. Ten seconds. Time. Wow. Oh, great job, team. Take a minute. Walk around, catch your breath. And there's 5 minutes. If you are ever thinking that you need a lot of time to get a workout in and get fit, there's the proof right there. 5 minutes, more than enough. Great intensity, great conditioning. This is just one little workout from our full 5 a.m. Squat Club routine. Join us, change your life. Oh, you got too much here, too many questions. Passionate car guy. What do y'all think about creatine? Side effects? I don't know enough about it, but we make creatine naturally. I don't supplement with anything. I try to eat real foods. So I wouldn't be the person to ask about that, unfortunately. Megan says, gotta get motivated today. What's your workout today, Megan? All right. Katie CF. Workout's written on there. We were doing 5 minutes, 10 squats, 5 burpees. Now we're gonna do a little bit of upper body strength work with some pressing and some strict pulling here. So upper body push-pull coming up. Let's talk about it. Megan, 20-minute AMRAP, row and bench. Oh, good combo. Push-pull, just like what we're doing. All right, so let's talk about our skill here today, or our strength work. Continuing on with this theme that you don't need a lot of fancy gear, nothing complex required. We're gonna go 10 minutes here, alternating minutes, 5 sets each, starting with some pressing. So I'm potentially gonna work to 2 dumbbells here, heavy ones, but all we're looking at is either 1 or 2 dumbbells sitting on the shoulders, squeeze the legs, squeeze the butt, squeeze the abs, and just reach. Overhead, what we're looking for is arms are in line with the body, locked out, supported, right? As opposed to bent or out in front. So you're gonna work up to whatever challenging weight that you want. Basically, you could do this with a barbell as well if you didn't want to use dumbbells. And somewhere between 3 and 10 reps, right? Keep the reps lower if you want to build more strength, higher if you want more cardio. Obviously, if you're going lower reps, go heavier weight, and vice versa. And then for the pull-up, and don't worry if you don't have unassisted pull-ups, I've got some scaling options here for you. So what we're looking for, if you have it, is full hang, feet are off the ground, nice relaxed arms and shoulders, and then we go to chin fully over the bar. Once again, if that's not accessible, and you're gonna choose a rep range on this one as well, it's gonna be challenging but doable. But if that's not accessible, we got a couple options. One is a band, right? So wrap that band around the rig, or your pull-up bar, sorry, put your foot in it, and it's just gonna give you some assistance on the way up there. And then another option would just be use your feet, use your legs. So what I could do is stack up some books or put a chair here or something, and then what I would do is feet on the ground and use my legs a little bit to help me press up over that bar using a combination of legs and arms. So take a minute, warm up both of them. Drop any questions you might have in the comments or the chat, and in a minute we'll get started here. One thing you could do is you can always start, you know, with a little bit less reps and then work up as you go. But let's take a minute and warm it up at least. Whew. Those are gonna be hard. Oh. I'm probably gonna end up getting maybe 3 or 4 there. On the pull-up, probably aim for similar, 3 or 4 reps. All right. Hi, Katie Yosevanista. Your handle looks familiar. She gone. How heavy is the weight? Passionate car guy, whatever you got, whatever is challenging for you. Those are 50-pound dumbbells, but use what is challenging, right? Make sure that you can move well and get the reps done, but make it challenging. All right, I think you can see me there. Let's do this. All right, 10 minutes here. What do we want? All right, team. Starts on the presses, alternating movements for 5 sets. Turn that camera a little bit. We're almost there. Sorry, dog. Just kicked you. Okay. All right, team. 10 seconds. Starting with the presses. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the abs, squeeze the butt, and legs, especially when you're overhead. Woo. All right, that's heavy. All right, one down. Pull-ups are next. Took on my shirt, but it's cold in here. Take rest between. Try to focus on bringing the heart rate down and breathing between sets. 5. First set of pull-ups. 3, 2, 1. So full dead hang. Relax shoulders. Pull the shoulders down and pull. And you could do these chin up grip if you wanted as well, palms facing back. You could even alternate, get both of those in. All right, 1 of each down, 4 to go. I'll keep researching because there's a reason is the most researched natural supplement. It's true. Stumble across this news. Yeah, I don't have enough of that research to tell you anything. 10 seconds. Set 2. 3, 2, 1.
Every single day. I'm making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. Doing shit my way or the highway. And on the driveway is a nice range. 'Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. And never hear fish, nah, I don't complain.
Wow, that was only 4. Dang, those are hard. Woo, keep it up, team. Great work so far. 15. Back on the pull-up. And 10. 3, 2, 1. So if you're new here, the reason why we do this, and if you're unfamiliar with this EMOM format, is it allows me basically to do double the work in the same amount of time. Or maybe even less time, to be honest. A lot of people would go to the gym and do 5 sets of pull-ups. 2 minutes rest between, and then come over and do 5 sets of presses. 2 minutes between. We're doing them both. One movement kind of rests the other so that you're getting that rest built in. All right, set 3, 2, 1, go. Squeeze everything. Don't drive with the legs. Keep it straight. There's 5. Wow. Keep it up, team. Halfway there. It doesn't need to be exciting. Doesn't need to be fancy. Just do the work. Just make progress. Just become someone who works out regularly. That's all it is. Functional fitness, high intensity, every day. Go ahead. Woo. 2 more sets of each, team. 4 minutes left. How we doing there? What kind of weights are we using, team? How are the pull-ups feeling? 20 seconds. All right, 10. Second last round. Squeeze those dumbbells. Squeeze the whole body. 3, 2, 1.
Turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even
Man,
when you feel slow, you can still go.
Those are real.
Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer no,
20 seconds.
still go.
The weight of I can't tell whether you're being serious. Funny guy though. How was Emily this morning, equipment? 5, 3, 2, 1. Second last set of pull-ups. One more of each, team. Oh, the elbows. Elbows are getting cranky. 30 seconds. You guys are doing great this morning. Remember, you choose the life. You build it or you don't. Nobody else is going to do it. You get to choose whether you want to define your life or let life define it for you. That's why we get up early and make it happen. 3, 2, 1. Last set of presses. Oh, damn. All right, one more set of pull-ups. Holy, those were hard. Let's go. Almost there. Last set. Great morning, team. 5. Last set. 3, 2, 1. Take a couple seconds if you want. Make it the best set of the bunch. All right. Yeah. We did it. Finish up that last set if you're still going. Otherwise, walk around, grab a sip of water, catch your breath. Someone says, you saw that, eh, Megan? All right. And look at that. 40 minutes. Mindset primed, warmed up the body, got some good intensity, got some strength work in. Kids are still asleep. Now we're gonna do our most important work, our homework. Join the 5 a.m. Squat Club full morning routine. Change your life with us. All right. Woo. All right, good job, team. Let's go ahead and grab a PVC. My favorite lazy stretch. So we'll double up here. We're gonna sit on our shins. You can get a little quad stretch in there. If you're pretty tight, you can always lean back with it as well. And at the same time, we'll grab our PVC and just move it around. You can go whatever they call figure eights. You could just hang out behind you like that. Just opening up the shoulders a little bit after all that work. It's great work, team. You know, that's CrossFit. You know, the definition of CrossFit is constantly varied functional movements executed at high intensity. Constant variance just means we're changing it up every day, which we do, so that the body doesn't get stagnant, right? Your fitness doesn't get stagnant. If you do the same thing over and over again, you get good at that thing and not good at anything else. Functional movements, you know, are those that are innate to humanity. Also, those that are, you know, unique in their ability to produce power. And then intensity is the number one most important variable for maximizing your fitness bang for buck, right? More work in less time gets you better results. So that's the theory of CrossFit, and that's why we do it, because it's efficient, effective, but also know that it can be done with little equipment, small space. You know, you don't need a big gym with fancy coaching. Yes, if you film yourself and watch yourself and aim to improve, that's going to be the best way to do it, to make sure that you're getting better. But at the same time, it can be done by anyone, anywhere. So if you want to get fit, this is the best methodology. And if you want to, you know, change your life, join us, because you carve it out in the morning, make it happen. And then after you get your intensity, your efficient fitness, then you do your homework, right? So you've already chosen to improve your fitness and your health. The next step is to choose to move your life forward, is to choose your goals outside of fitness and make sure that they're making progress as well. So it's 5:43, you know, until 6:43 or 7 a.m., what I suggest is that you sit down and you do the work, right? And what that means is whatever your goal is for this life, is you define that, you break it down into the step that if you did that step every day, it would allow you to reach that goal. And then you just do it. You just put in an hour accomplishing that one step, that one action item every day. And that gets you to your goals. Simple, simple. Passionate car guy, how many hours do you sleep per day on average? I try to get 8. Right, as I say in the warm-up there, we always talk about what time we get to bed, because getting to bed is the crucial first step to getting up early and making this happen. So last night I was in bed by 8:30, and that's generally the goal. So 8:30 to 4:30 is 8 hours. Worst case scenario is 9:30, but that's pretty rare, and that gets me 7, but I try to catch up after that. So generally 8 hours is the goal. Jody, Meg, what's the rep scheme? Or I'll just watch Joseph's story. Oh, there you go. You guys are talking about another workout. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, so this was, sun came up yesterday, let Maple out. And it's winter again. Potentially almost one of the coldest days of the year so far. And it is, what was it, March 17th. So up here in Canada, it is still cold. Look at that. We are having just like a windstorm, so everything was frozen. The truck was covered in ice. Beautiful. And then I think I've got one more. And it was basically the same thing. As you can see, it is, it's windy, it's snowy, it's cold. It was just blistery. That's that word, blistery, blistering. Very cold yesterday. And blowing. I don't know if you probably can't even see the sheep. They're out there they're past that H brace. You can see the H brace in the fence, and you can kind of see some hay in the field back there. That's where they are. I think they hunkered down for quite a bit yesterday before they got up and moved around because the conditions were not ideal. Well, team, as I keep saying, hopefully winter is on its way out. And we started, I said I was at about an 8. We are at least an 8.5 now, so I'm feeling better and still very excited about the weather warming up and spring being on its way, which is probably, I don't know, at least a couple weeks away still. And we're probably only 2-ish weeks away from lambs now as well, so things are going to start picking up around here on the farm. There we go. So, team, if you have not hit that thumbs up button and you appreciate what we're doing here, please do that. And make sure that you consider sharing this with somebody else who who might get value out of this. Someone who's maybe stuck, or someone who just wants to improve their fitness. Share what we're doing with them. We'd love to grow the team, but even if we don't, I love you guys, and I'm going to be here every day for you, for me, for us together. So I appreciate it. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the chats. I appreciate the thumbs up. I appreciate super chats and memberships if you guys decide to join us. So, on that note, done for Wednesday. We'll be back here tomorrow morning as we are every day at 5 a.m. to work together to change our fitness and to work towards our goals. So let's do shout-outs. We forgot shout-outs. Had a good chat this morning. All right, who we got? We got Megan, Jody, Yaroslav, Vidush, Carl, Talia, Passionate Car Guy, Katie, CF, Jason. Missed some of you near the end. Special shout-outs to members, Jody, Jason, Yaroslav was here as well. And whether you're a member or not, I still appreciate you guys. I appreciate you when you show up, when you work out with us. Amazing. Have yourselves a beautiful day. Love you guys, and we will see you tomorrow.